Every once in a while in an election year, we take our live Buffalo poll. Our Buffalo poll consistently is more accurate than any of those other so-called polls. Are you with me tonight? Honest reactions. We have not rehearsed this. Here we go. If the election were to be held tomorrow, how many in here right now would vote for Walter Mondale? That was an agonizing 2 seconds. I don't want that to happen again. You picked a hell of a time to mull over it. Hey, live television. Let's see now, dear. Have you thought of this? I don't know. Let's think about this here. Mondale, by the way, Mondale wants to liven up his campaign. The other day he called Wendy's and asked them if they had any new slogans. Because the beef is getting a little rancid. All right, now, if the election were to be held tomorrow, I would vote for Jesse Jackson. Thank you, Mrs. Jackson. Good to see you. If the election be held tomorrow, how many would vote for Gary Hart? All right. Let me ask you this. How many of you were for Gary Hart before the New Hampshire primary, huh? Huh? Oh, really? Really? I can see your noses growing from here. If the election be held tomorrow, I'm going to vote for Ronald Reagan! You haven't heard a word I said. The Democrats, they're having their convention just a couple of weeks in San Francisco. They have announced that their platform will be shorter. Democratic platform, their platform in 1980 was 34,000 words. They announced in 1984, platform will be 6 words. You want it? You got it. That's it. Now, the Republicans are going to be in Dallas. Now, remember, 4 years ago, the Republicans were in Detroit. Now they will arrive in Dallas, having been in Detroit 4 years ago, and they'll look around and they'll say, see how better things are now? In 1980, when Jimmy Carter was president, the rate of unemployment was 7.5%, and the Republicans were outraged. This year, unemployment is back down to 7.5%, and the Republicans are saying, ain't this great? San Francisco, not too appealing, the candidates dealing for a delegate sweep. Viewers watching, it's action they're seeking while Mondale is speaking to a nation asleep. Some highlights of the week are sure to bring out every picket. Those dumb excuses if there is no woman on the ticket. The situation Mondale faces will be close to panic when Fritz looks for a running mate who is a female black Hispanic. Now, I would be dishonest with you, ladies and gentlemen, if I did not admit that I am not in favor of a woman vice presidential candidate. Now, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. I think the Democrats have more respect for women than to bestow on a woman the demeaning title of vice president, which, after all, is the political equivalent of barefoot and pregnant. Now, and so, having said that, see, the president releases himself of any frustrations he may have had, rendering himself able to doze off during cabinet meetings. Much easier. Lullaby and good night. See the cabinet in session must be boring. I hear snoring. Someone's getting his rest. Don't disturb, how superb that they're working without him. Is it true? You know who has his chin on his chest. I propose, let him doze while the government's working. What's to lose now? Let him snooze now. That's our secret to keep. Lullaby and good night. We are all better off now. I sleep better at night knowing Ronnie's asleep. So Bert Lance became the general campaign chairman for a little while. I don't know why they did that. I guess they figured they could pick up the block vote of everybody in the South that Lance once owed money to. I don't know. But he didn't last long. They started to ignore him because Lance became an embarrassment, and that's kind of funny when you look at it. I mean, when that convention was going on in July, Bert Lance was an embarrassment to the Democrats because his past financial difficulties were taking the attention away from Geraldine Ferraro. A month later, they wanted him back to take the attention away from Geraldine Ferraro. But what she does, she provides a contrast to Walter Mondale's, shall we say, Norwegian charisma. Norwegian charisma, which falls somewhere between that of a Presbyterian vicar and a tree. The Republican convention in Dallas was admittedly dull. They admitted it was dull. They wanted it to be dull a couple of weeks before the convention. But the most exciting part of the Republican platform was a resolution to put Wayne Newton on a stamp. Now, I had some suggestions as to how the Republicans could liven up their convention, but they didn't listen to me. They never do. But then again, they always never listen to me. They could have copied the ploy of Jesse Jackson, talking of his rainbow coalition, using the analogy of a quilt. Remember that? His grandmother's quilt with all of the colors of the rainbow. Little patches. And the quilt, the Republicans could have had their own quilt. White, off-white, bone, ivory, French vanilla, and cream, yes, oh, all the things.